Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Lauren, and today I'm doing sort of a pregnancy update slash where I've been recently in life, and explaining why I haven't been posting recently. So a little bit about me and my pregnancy. I am 31 weeks and 5 days today. Baby girl is growing. But where I'm going to start the video is I'm going to jump back to where I was about 20 weeks or so. So I am about 20 weeks pregnant and I go in for my 20-week anatomy scan. That's just, and if you don't know, that's just where they, check to make sure baby's healthy and growing the way she's supposed to be and has all of her fingers and everything like that. So the ultrasound tech does the ultrasound and takes pictures and measures her. And so after the ultrasound, the tech says that she's gonna show the doctor my ultrasound pictures and that he would be in to talk to me shortly. So we wait in that room for, I would say, almost a good hour before they come in, or he comes in and talks to us. So when he comes in, he introduces himself since I've never met him before, and he says that he noticed some anomalies on the ultrasound and that he wanted to go over them with us. So he starts off saying that she has her 10 fingers and 10 toes, both of her kidneys, like all of that stuff. But they did notice that on the ultrasound she has a cyst on her brain. And he said that he wouldn't worry about that too much because he wouldn't have even mentioned it if he didn't find other stuff on the ultrasound. He said that our baby girl they only can find one lung. So me not knowing a thing, I break down and I lose it. He said that people live with one lung, trying to reassure us, but obviously going into an anatomy scan, you don't want to hear things like that. I wasn't gonna cry. But he said that he was giving our phone number to a maternal fetal medicine clinic that they work with, and that they were going to give me a call within the next day or so to be seen there. And so we leave and I wait for the call. Before we leave, he says, don't look on Google, don't look up those things, it never helps. So fast forward a couple days and we go into the maternal fetal medicine clinic, and if you don't know, I am a first-time mom. This is my first time being pregnant, so I don't know much. I'm just taking it as I go. But so we get into the maternal fetal medicine clinic and we go back to the room. The ultrasound tech does the ultrasound. The ultrasound takes about 2 hours, which is an insane amount of time to be lying there. But they just did a really in-depth ultrasound looking at every single thing of her. And so the doctor comes in shortly after and she talks to us about what they found. She said that she did confirm that there is a cyst on her brain, and that they are only finding one lung tissue, and that she also is growing very, very slowly and is very small for her, like for how far along I was. And because of all of that information or all of the anomalies in the ultrasound, she thinks that something other than what they're seeing could be wrong, like genetically or chromosomally, I think that's how you say it. She told us that she was going to, like, her mind was going to that she could have trisomy 13, 18, or 21, which is Down syndrome. And so she talked about options. The first thing she offered or said about was aborting, and that's not really in my plan ever. Just my personal thing. I never thought to do that. And then the other option was to do an amniocentesis, which is where they put a needle in your stomach into your uterus, and they take out some of the amniotic fluid to test it. Or the third option is to do nothing and to just wait and see. And so my husband and I, we sit in the room and we talk about it, and I decided to do the amniocentesis. So they did it that day, and just want to throw out there that everybody says it doesn't hurt, and I thought it hurt. It didn't feel good at all. It is a tiny little needle, but they don't numb it or nothing, and it hurts. But not to scare you. But so they did that. We got a call maybe a week or two later with results that she does not have trisomy 13, 18, or 21. So she doesn't have Down syndrome or any of those genetic problems. But they did find that she does have what's called a balanced translocation, and before knowing that, I knew nothing about it. I've never heard it before in my life. It affects the person that has it having kids one day. It's not impossible, but it makes it a lot harder. But it doesn't affect everyday life, if that makes sense. But so she has that wrong with her. So I started looking it up and going from there. It doesn't seem like anything to be worried about with her being born or anything like that, which is really good. But moving on to more appointments, I would say about a month later we had to go back to the maternal fetal medicine clinic, and while there they were looking at her cyst on her brain and her lung again to see if they could maybe find any tissue. No lung tissue for her right side, but the cyst did go away, which is really good news. Another thing is with her right lung being absent, her heart that is, I mean, obviously supposed to be on the left side of your body, it moved over to the right side of her body, and it's flipped. Like, so if your heart's here, it flipped and it's backwards. So we saw a peds cardiologist, and they came in and they did an ultrasound and was looking at her heart, and they confirmed that with everything that they're looking at, the heart didn't cause any of it. Her heart is functioning properly, which is really good thing. And although it is backwards, it's not something that needs to be fixed surgically, at least as of right now, which is great news. They did say that she has fluid in her chest cavity where her right lung should be, and there's also fluid around her heart, which they were concerned about, but it's just something they were watching. So along with that appointment, we got some more news that she also has, with her chromosome, it's her chromosome 3, a part of it was clipped off. And we went to a geneticist, and they basically told us they don't know what was clipped off, that chromosomes are so, a lot of things with chromosomes are so unknown that you just don't know until after the fact. Sorry. And the geneticist explained what could potentially happen with her chromosome, some of her chromosome being deleted. He explained that they would never be able to tell us, but they think that it could be associated with her not having part of her lung, or having her right lung, sorry. But it's not anything that they'll ever be able to confirm, it's just a theory. But along with the chromosome 3 deletion, I don't know how to explain chromosomes really, but I believe it kind of looks like this, and here was where it was clipped off. And there was a significant amount clipped off, which is more concerning than if just a little part was clipped off. So he explained to us that after she's born, they can't really foresee what's going to happen, which is really scary. But that with chromosome 3, he can tell us some things that could happen potentially in her life. I can't stop. So he explained that someday she may need a bone marrow transplant, because the chromosome 3 is known for fighting off infections and that sort of thing, and she might not be able to do that as well with her chromosome being clipped off. So that she might need a bone marrow transplant someday. And that possibly she could have trouble with her legs at some point in life, which is really scary because you don't know if she'll be able to walk or anything like that, but okay, moving on. Okay, we're gonna go past this right now. So we'll move up to today. I can't talk about that anymore. So today I I am going to the doctor's twice a week, and they are checking like my ultrasound numbers because I was having abnormal numbers, which is not a good thing. But they're checking my numbers twice a week. And they're checking her growth every other week. She's still small for how far along I am, but she is growing. Right now she is 2 pounds and 4 ounces. And being 31 weeks, it is small, but she's still growing and she's still beautiful. It's hard to see a picture of her, but there's a picture of her face that we got recently. They don't really know what is gonna happen when she's born, which is devastating news because we don't know. But we're staying positive as much as we can, and just getting ready for her. We're so excited to meet her. We are really excited to meet her. They think that it's going to be sooner than later because of me having bad numbers. Also, my placenta is working less than it should, which is why they think she may be growing small. But it's just something they're watching. We don't really know when she's going to be born. They said 34 weeks, possibly, or at the latest 37 weeks. So we have less than 6 weeks until baby girl's gonna be born, and we're excited. We're excited to meet her, see her, and all of those things. But yeah. So that's where I've been recently. That's what I've been dealing with. It is hard, but we are staying strong, getting everything ready for her, waiting for her to come, and they are preparing us for a long NICU stay, but I am sure that everything will be okay, and she's gonna be a perfect little girl. But yeah. Okay guys, that is all for the video today. I am going to try and keep you guys updated as much as I can, and hopefully I'm hoping to do a birth vlog. I'm not too sure because I think I'm gonna have to have a C-section, and I'm not sure how that works. But we'll see what I can do, and I will keep everybody updated with baby girl and how things are going. And if you want to see any other videos, I do have the nursery done, so if you want to see a nursery tour, I may do one of those. Just comment below and I'd be happy to do one. But yeah, thanks guys, bye.